Question. Who are you doing it for? Who are you doing it for? Let's talk about it. Bienvenidos a mi canal. Welcome back to my channel. If you know me, thank you so much for coming back to see me. I love you. If you do not, my name is Latrice. Nice to meet you. And this right here is Faith by Latrice. Where faith is the muscle we exercise around here. Now let's get on into it. Y'all know, dilly-dallying. Who are you doing it for? You remember when we talked about what is your why? You got to always remember that. And also, who are you doing it for? Am I doing it for me? Am I doing it for... What does that mean? Colossians 3:23 says, work willingly at whatever you do, as though you were working for the Lord rather than for people. Remember that the Lord will give you an inheritance as your reward, and that the master you are serving is Christ. But if you do what is wrong, you will be paid back for the wrong you have done, for God has no favorites. Stop. The first verse, work willingly at whatever you do, as though you were working for the Lord rather than for people. This ain't for everybody. Clearly, if you don't follow God, if you don't follow Christ, obviously it's not for you. But look, you can still listen in. Who are you doing it for? I got this in my spirit today because I thought about just going over my week. There are things that people told me to do that I don't want to do. And I think about every people and their everyday lives. Think about this. If you work somewhere, if you volunteer somewhere, and there's someone who is ahead of you, who is a boss, a supervisor, manager, whatever, CEO, you may not like that person individually. But there's a reason that they have the position they do and you do not. Therefore, for the time being, you're going to have to do it anyway, right? If you want to check, if you want a promotion, if you want you're going to have to do it as they are your superiors. But right here, God reminds us, do everything you do as if you were doing it for the Lord. Why? Because you're not always going to like people. It says to do it as unto the Lord rather than doing it for people. Why? People are flawed. People will get on your nerve. People will have habits, tendencies, and addictions that you don't like. Not only that you don't like, but may directly or indirectly affect your life. But guess what? We're going to have to deal with it anyway. We will always be around people at some point that we will most likely have to submit to their authority. Whether you like that person or not, it don't matter. They may have that position of power that you cannot remove and that you actually have to submit to. Does that make sense? But he says in the rest of the verses, remember that the Lord will give you an inheritance. God gives out the promotions. I don't care what that boss telling you, what that manager telling you, what they're trying to leverage over you. To make it look like your life is hanging in the balance and it requires their say so. Whether you succeed or not, that's not true. Don't let people manipulate you. God is the one that gives you your inheritance and your promotion. The Bible says promotion comes from God. But also, if you do wrong, you will be paid back for the wrong you've done, for God has no favorites. He's no respecter of persons as they go about your business. Si nadie te ha dicho hoy, este día que te estoy hablando a ti mismo, yo te quiero decir a ti. I want to tell you that I love you. Because listen, like, be living out here. But get what? You're going to prosper regardless. Catch you on the flip side. Bye.